Hello there, all. Welcome to the chapter on what is microorganisms. Are they friends or are they foes? So, let's all dive into the microorganisms and how they help us humans. So, I'm Ananya. I'm your teacher for this chapter. If you want to know more about me, refer to this slide. So, what will we learn in this chapter? We'll learn what are microorganisms, what are the types, what are the disease causing microorganism, helping hand microorganism. We'll know about nitrogen fixation and food preservation to keep microbes at bay. Okay, so what are microorganisms? Microorganisms are tiny things that we can't see with our naked eye. We will need a microscope to see them. That's why there are organisms which are micro and need in a microscope to see them. They exist all around us in air, soil, water, and even in our bodies. There are four types of microbes: bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and algae. Let's do a small little experiment to know how mold or fungus can grow on bread if it is kept in the right condition for it to grow. So this is a very simple experiment. So all you will need is take a slice of bread, sprinkle some water on it, make the bread moist, keep it on your shelf where it is not disturbed for a long time. Keep it on the shelf, keep observing the bread. It starts, there'll be little spots of dark spots that you can see, or there'll be like too fuzzy on the bread. You can see that if it is the bread is given the right moisture, fungus starts growing, right? So most of this are, everywhere in the air. So when they get the right atmosphere, they start growing. That's why it is very important for us to store bread properly to prevent the mold growth. What are the good microbes that we know? Good bacteria is also known as beneficial bacteria or probiotic in our bodies. They provide various health benefits for us. So lactobacillus is found in yogurt. Then we have biofidum bacteria, which is found in fermented food and which is present in our gut. Then we have rhizobium bacteria, which lives in legumes like onions or some side root vegetables that we can eat. They usually help us human beings, and mama, they help plants convert oxygen in the air for them, so they can enrich the soil. The plants get good nourishment through the help of nitrogen. So what if there is good, there's bad too. So what are the bad bacteria? Bad bacteria is also called as pathogenic bacteria, and they are microorganisms that causes some kind of diseases and infections when they enter a body or contaminate food and water. So you have Salmonella. They're often found in raw poultry, eggs, which causes food poisoning for us. Then we have E. coli, which is a homeless bacteria, lives in our intestine, but when eaten something wrong, when you drink some contaminated water, contaminated food, it causes us food poisoning. So how do you make your own yogurt at home? To make your own yogurt at home, it's one of the most easiest steps. All you will need is a glass of milk. Boil the milk, keep it in room temperature. Then you need 2 to 3 spoons of yogurt. Mix that spoons of yogurt with milk. Set it aside on the shelf for about 6 to 8 hours. So it's preferably that you do it when you're going to sleep. So you prepare it and you go to sleep. Next day morning, take the yogurt, put it in the refrigerator for around like 4 to 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours maximum. Chill it and set it. Then you have your own yogurt. You can either eat the yogurt plain, or you can add in some fruits to make it more funky and like the way you want. That is how it's so easy to make yogurt at home. Then how will we protect ourselves from bad bacteria or pathogens? Okay, so bad bacteria always has can give us communicable diseases that spread from person to person. Okay, they are tiny invaders that travel through air, through water, through food, or when we are in direct contact with a sick person or surface, right? So that's how bad bacteria comes with us. So regular hand washing with soap and water is one of the most effective ways to remove bacteria and prevent the spread. Additionally, we can use some safety precautions to store our food and water properly, and drinking clean water keeps microbes at bay. Then how can we preserve food? So we can use preservatives like salt, sugar, vinegar to make food less hospitable to microbes. Heating the food through pasteurization or cooling it down in the refrigerator can also kill certain microbial growth. Finally, storing food in airtight containers is very important because it limits the oxygen that may survive microbes who needs to survive. Airtight containers keep them at bay. What is nitrogen fixation? So, just like we need oxygen, plants too need nitrogen to grow big and strong. But only carbon dioxide won't help them. So nitrogen is also needed. Luckily, there are tiny microorganisms that live in roots of the plants which fix the nitrogen in plants. Okay, this is called as nitrogen fixation. So they take nitrogen gas from air, the roots take it, then they transform it to the leaves. So right amount of nitrogen flowing between the air, the soil and the plant keeps the plant healthy and strong. So, do you know an amazing fact? Microbes live everywhere, even on top of the Mount Everest to the bottom of the sea. A handful of the soil that you might hold has like so many microbes that's more people on earth. You might find so many of them, right? And don't forget that your own body is home to trillions of these amazing creatures. Some just help you out, some is simply just hanging around, some are just to watch out. You have to watch out, okay? So, why are they important for us? Why are microorganisms important? They are not just tiny creatures living their own lives. They're crucial to keep our planet healthy. They provide us with food. They even help us from, like keeping us away from getting sick. Microorganisms help us. So, please refer to the blog given below, which includes a note of this chapter, which will help you make your own notes. Before I leave you guys, I give you guys three questions regarding the chapter we've covered today. One who answers it in the comment box will be given a special goodie from Paathshala. So let's go. So what are the questions? What are microorganisms? How do we know whether they're good or bad? Tell me some food preservation methods that you use at home to prevent growth from bacteria. How can you protect yourself from bacteria? Thank you all for coming on this beautiful journey of microorganisms are their friend and foe. If you want to know more, if you want to learn more, follow Paathshala. Thank you.